Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm rather coherent and a new patch is hit. I originally sat down intending to play Property Pig. It was my favorite build of the ones that got nerfed. I wanted to see what happened to it, but that's not what today's video is ultimately going to be about. A big strength of Property Pig previously was that Skyscraper was so strong you could single-handedly transition any failing build into Skyscraper to save yourself. It's no longer that strong. They fixed that. And that, in my opinion, was the worst thing about Property Pig, even more egregious than the insane late game builds. That is completely fixed, and the insane late game is largely fixed as well. You can still do some pretty gross stuff with it, but it requires a pawn shop, and that's a whole lot more work. And I do think Pawn Shop Pygmalion is really strong. I predicted it as one of the strongest decks in the meta, and in my past several games, I do feel that way. I feel like if you're able to get Pawn Shop Pig going, it is probably the strongest late game deck, although I'm sure there are some dualies that will do similarly crazy shit. This video is not Property Pygmalion. I play with the intention of switching to Pawn Shop the entire time before going on a fucking rampage with early game tempo Pig and Crook and all of that jazz. And that's what I love the most about Pig, is that you're playing this greedy economy game where you're trying to balance long-term economy, early game power, figure out when and if you have to jump ship to Pawn Shop. I love all of those decision-making points. And today's video, despite past me constantly talking about how we're transitioning to big money, is a video about Crook. And God, is Crook a good card. That's enough introductions. Enjoy the video. Getting into our first item, we have Silver Atlatl, huh? Well, you take the one that sells for more, but I'm not happy about this. We have shield scaling, heal scaling, and arms dealer every time. That is a huge amount of health over the course of this. I'm gonna take one income over either of those shops. And we can beat, maybe not Viper, we can beat the other two. And I'm gonna go for Kyber Drone. I don't even think a day one, what's it called? I don't even think a day one Langjian is that good, but like, it's better than not having a second weapon, you know? And now that I've had time to watch myself play with that Atlatl a couple of times, I really don't think it's very good. By the time you get to the point where a Crook build can do something broken with that Atlatl, like, Crook is the part of the build that's good. I never want to invest in early Atlatl. I don't want to keep an early Atlatl. I'm fine with going into it later, but this is, in my mind, entirely temporary. Also, I had to reinstall the game because after the patch, no, that's still right. After the patch, somehow my updater just broke and I could no longer launch it because it was throwing errors. And the fastest thing to do was spend 30 minutes reinstalling the game. I'm just stupid though. I thought I'd reset my audio settings. In fact, what it had done was nothing, and I just had my headphones on too loud. Sells weapons, sells like the thing I want. 3 regions pretty strong during this day. I need to go to a shop at some points. The weapons in the weapon shop won't be incredible, but I need to get a weapon. And briefcase is something I'm very happy to purchase since it's always going to be at least break even. I could pick these up. I'm not going to roll. They're just very, very weak. They're not even better than the Atlatl. No, I'm going to leave those in the shop and head out. Silver tier items. That can be Crook. Something I did that I realized was very stupid now is I was looking for Crook. I don't think silver items actually show up on day 1, but this shop specifically could let me find it and I'll roll for the chance at it. Well, I can't exactly take the immediate balcony, even though I want to. And this is our starting build for the fight. It's not good. It's fine. It's not good at all. I'd be entirely unsurprised to win or lose this. It's just like, what did my opponent hit? Because you can do worse than this and you can do a whole lot better than it. It looks like we win because they run out of steam after they throw both bolas, which is hitting even less than me. Now, something that's gonna be weird about this run and maybe everyone's runs for like the next day is we're gonna be finding ghosts of old builds that have since been nerfed. Skyscraper builds that are gonna take, I don't know how many times longer to go off. I don't know what the cooldown is. There are gonna be infinite knife combos that just don't infinite anymore. There's gonna be a lot of builds that make the game just artificially a lot easier by having been nerfed, and the ghost is just much weaker than the player who originally played it. So like, by definition, this won't be a great showcase of like the dominance of Pawn Shop that I predict will be in this meta. But I do think it'll show off that Pawn Shop is still very strong, even if my opponents are a little bit weaker than you might otherwise expect them to be. Also, this was just a terrible day 1 build. They had an even worse lot than I did.
Don't let this get you down. Eyes on the prize, huh?
We've got medium and large, aid the convoy, get an item. I think I'm happy to aid the convoy for income. I'm okay with an item. It's day 1, or day 2 rather. The income's too good. You spend 1 gold, you get 2 income.
More is more, I always say.
Get 2 more income, probably. 5 spare change right now is gonna make my next shop a lot better, but it's very quickly gonna start being the wrong decision. And anything that scales off income will make me regret it as well. Small items are just by definition not what I want, except for loop, except for very specifically loop. I do like loop a lot, and boosting the stats of these isn't very good, so I will go check for a loop. And a reward card, I suppose. I'm gonna take the reward card and I'm going to roll. There is no loop at the end of this tunnel. For now, I'm gonna leave this next to the bag because it's the thing I'm gonna sell first. It's 1 gold to get a Tusk Helm and temporarily boost myself up by an amount, but like, God, is it a tiny amount. 10 damage and shield every 10 seconds. I'd rather just not spend the money on a Tusk Helm, it's so weak. And we always go Giant Mosquito for the possibility of hitting haste. I understand that there are like arguments to do other things. I just don't agree with those arguments. I look at the possibility of hitting haste compared to anything else. I'm like, oh yes, the thing I'm doing that hits for thousands goes off twice as fast. Theoretically, I might not end up getting a skyscraper at the end of this, but just how can I imagine a world where this isn't the best? There has to be another way to get haste for Pig, and I don't know what it is. For something like a Vanessa where you can get started match haste triggers, it's different, but for Pig, God no, every time. For all the shit I was talking about at Lotto, it sure is like, you know, 50% of my, at least 70% of my damage output right now. It's not great. We desperately need to find something to put on this board, but we have nothing going on right now. We just haven't seen weapons in our shops.
Not all Jabarians
Proboscis
are
is sellable.
pacifists.
That's the best I can say about it. We'll go to the weapon shop. We'll be a lot less stingy with buying and selling this time than we have been.
Buy my weapons, and you might.
We're going to toss this. We're going to put these aside for a second. Grab both of these cheaper weapons and roll. Wait, is this scaling?
I prefer action.
Should I have bought Beast of Burden and tried to use this even temporarily? It's a 10-second timer. It's so bad. I don't want to live in a world where that's my best option. That's why I'm not buying it. All right, we probably have the ability to do something here. I want this scaling something, and I don't want to sell the wings yet, so that'll be what it scales. I've also realized I want to start having the stuff I hold on the right side, since when I drag down, it all goes to the left. I have to get the Jabalian longbow. Of the things I have, this brass knuckle is my worst weapon. Grab the longbow, please. I can pick up the briefcase. It's better than Proboscis hatchets, and selling these gets me an increase in my health. Is it worth it to buy this just to sell it for plus 60 max health now that I have a longbow? I believe it is.
Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me.
I can't afford it. Man, I'm bad at math, aren't I? It's fine, I have the coins. All right.
Enjoy the thrill of battle.
We can get a strange mushroom. Kev's armory no longer includes anything I care about, but especially at this phase of the game. I can get a small tool, but I kind of like the experience. Getting a little bit more bonus experience pushes me to level up on time. Where am I at? I'm going to get 1 more pip. I'm never leveling up this time, it seems. Do I want a small tool? A small tool can be a loop. Yes. Hatchet's still good. I'll toss the hatchet immediately for more max health. I'd be very unsurprised to win this. I don't know much Day 2 Vanessa's gonna do against a 770 health pig with longbow. I know our weapons are not high level. We don't have anything crazy going on, but we have so much time to kill with them. And Vanessa so often just have a little bit of damage based on ammo. This does appear to be a scaling, if not well scaling Vanessa, but I'm pretty sure we just get through the amount of shield he's doing and kill him, right? Surely. Maybe not. His damage is terrible, but I don't think we win if it goes to Sandstorm. We're chipping through it, but not impressively. This actually is going to be very close in Sandstorm because his damage is ramping up and mine isn't. If I win, it's very close. If I lose, it's also very close. I honestly don't... Maybe it's not as close as I thought it was. It felt like it was really close, but all my weapons went off simultaneously, and I guess that was the increment where it changed. I was like 100 health, 2 seconds of getting hit for another 60. That was very close. We have Spirit Change, Economic Seminar, Small Items. Small items can be a million things. None of them are core to what I'm doing. The advantage that I'm scaling up with this I don't need to scale up the wings. I'd rather be able to hold the wings for longer, so I'm gonna scale up this coin now that I have it to wait on. I'm really just going here for loop and the reward. And I can re-roll. There are other things it can be. It doesn't have to be specifically loop. Would I buy the reward card? I mean, surely I would. I would buy both of these as well. Because just like that's 120 health for buying them.
Moving up in the
So I'm gonna take all of this.
Whoever said money
Just vanished. The servers are having a little bit of trouble. It's fine. We also have brass knuckles, and these other two aren't weapons. Now, normally I would just sell this immediately, but we're about to level up and get more board space, so I'll make the decision shortly. Chocolate bars an upgrade. 5 chocolate bars are gumballs. 5 spirit. Man, you just want to give me some garbage, don't you? Since I have to lose inventory space, I can't imagine this ever goes on my board, since I don't have the way to scale it. So I toss this, and I don't need any more board space because I have the new board space I just got. I'm going to take the spear change. Toughness and shield again. I'm going to take the abandoned chest for golden experience to get myself above curve and level up before the next fight. Before the next player fight, I mean. Man, the servers are really struggling. We are very weak right now, though, is the problem. It is a struggle to get these items moved. Like, our board did not improve by very much from leveling up. I'm not even sure we beat Rogue Scrapper. We have 990 health, which implies we'll win in Sandstorm. We should beat Rogue Scrapper with this much health scale. I think we're fine here. Hello? Are we fighting? There we go. Oh yeah, the servers are really struggling right now. There are so many people downloading the game and logging in. It's bizarre and genuinely impressive how popular this game is for a paid closed beta. So this thing is on speed 7, speed 10. The barbed wire is the real threat in this fight. Wait, no, it's not. I'm thinking of somebody else that scales up barbed wire continuously. It's not Rogue Scrapper. It's somebody else where this like gets to the 80s towards the end of the Sandstorm. Yeah, we definitely win this. It's not even close. There's no scaling happening here. My board is just better. Although I do have anti-scaling with the slingshot, unfortunately. It's not that I won't slingshot. It's just that I don't have any better 2 items to put on my board. There's nothing he can give me that's going to be good. Barbed wire is my best option.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting.
That's better than my 2 small items, to be honest. So we'll toss these for the scaling. If they get a Crook, I'll regret having done that, but oh well. Bronze tier, small and medium. Buying experience sucks. Small and medium at this point can give me a Crook, which means my build goes from garbage, unplayable nonsense to good.
Master merchant or something.
Is Yo-Yo ever going off? Not with the current build. I'm gonna toss this because I'm doing arms dealer shenanigans. Toss both of these.
Here's some gold.
Rebuy it. Rebuy the Yo-Yo.
Okay,
Well, buy the Yo-Yo rather. I'm intending just to juggle it.
Huge.
Reroll the shop. Upgrading the Jabalian longbow is a massive gain to output, I think. I think this thing triples in damage. Yes. So that makes me a lot more effective presently. Do I want dog over briefcase? Yes. And I have to sell coins first. I take the dog. I can't afford it. I have to sell even more coins. Rough. It's fine though.
Midsworth says I have to trade even when I don't
I'm going to take the dog, put it on my board.
Yes, I made a sale.
This increases all my other weapons by 6 actually. So I'm not going to sell the briefcase. I'm going to sell the junkyard. It hits for 60. Adding 6 to everything on my board, especially with this being multicast, I think is still better. I'm also going to toss the yo-yo. Do I change my mind about wanting yo-yo because I just realized I'm scaling it? It's not enough scaling at all.
Says I have to trade even when I don't
And I'm not going to sell the rest of the coins right now. That doesn't matter. So we have arms dealer doing some crazy stuff. Do I go to a weapon? I do go to a weapon store. Like I'm just an arms dealer build right now, trying to juggle weapons.
Oh, I do miss it.
All right, we're going to do the juggling act here. I think we're looking to end on flail after buying everything else. Oh, this is 4, unfortunately.
Hey, when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
But this is scaling me up, even if it's like terribly slowly due to the lag. Going to take the flail. Going to
Go
roll.
make some more stories, then come back.
Going to try to roll. Hello? There we go. Upgrade for the Atlatl is more damage and more scaling. Regal Blade is what I'm currently doing. I don't have the money to upgrade that Atlatl. I mean, I can get the money. because we have this scaling here. We can drop this, move you over. I don't think Regal Blade will matter. I think if that ladle is the way we're going, we're looking for a Crook. And we have Flail on board currently. We don't have a ton of economy left after buying this. I'm going to toss this, buy the security system, and then sell it immediately. I'm just trying to get as much tempo as I can in my early game build. And we can't afford to buy and resell Regal Blade. Oh, that did almost nothing. Holy shit, upgrading the ladle is terrible. Dude, I don't know. That felt like it did almost nothing. I thought we'd go from base 40 to base 80. I think that's what it started at. Oh. I don't know if I just spent 8 gold on that knowing how weak it is. Alright, I feel decent against other pigs. Like, I'm not remotely broken, but I'm not terrible. 1500 health is most of my build. Like, my actual board's not that strong, but Arms Dealer has been doing disgusting work in the background. Alright, the servers finally got us into the fight. Oh no, he's also an Arms Dealer. Not nearly as good at it, though, apparently. He has a good chunk of shield scaling. I feel like, even though he has a laser security system scaling up, I just get through this? Maybe I don't. Yeah, he's just shielding faster than I am. I'm pretty sure I die in Sandstorm. Rough. I find myself losing to early fixer-uppers fairly often these days, it feels like. Maybe we do win in Sandstorm. This looks like we don't win in Sandstorm. Like, this is gonna trigger at least once more, and then I'm going to die to it, is how I feel. Is it? Oh, I'm already behind. Wait.
Well, I'll admit,
Not even close. Not even close. Glad I upgraded that ladle, I guess, because I'd have fucking lost if I hadn't. Gain 2 income. I have the ability to get it immediately. I'll take it. Or I'll try to take it. Give the game a little bit. The servers are not happy post-update. So many people logging on all at once. Large items, abandoned chests, next fight. Got nothing going on in my bag. Well, I've got a scaling gold, I guess. Large items can be pawn shop, but at this point, pawn shop just eats all my gold and does nothing else. Like, it's just 12 gold for a pawn shop that's useless. I don't have a cash register or anything. I'm gonna take the abandoned chest. And with nothing to put on my board, I will actually take a smaller medium item. It could be a cash register, it could be a crook, it could be a completely useless slingshot. Upgrade skills. I don't know that I could afford that in the first place. I hate it, but I think I'm taking regen. I could take chocolate bars for scaling in the future. That's optimistic. I'm gonna take the regen. And I'm gonna go for boiler room. I don't have any tools, but I think I still do it. It matters less. Retiree has a golf club. Hydra Dude has nothing. After checking mobalytics, none of these are good for me. I'm gonna go for boiler room brawler because getting the hammer could be very, very good later. Nothing is good right now. Just absolutely nothing. In worst case scenario, if I get a 1-slot item, I can at least put it on my board so that slingshot's less garbage. Although, does it require a weapon or is it a 1-slot item? Oh, I should probably just like put a coin on my board to have a second shot. It won't affect this fight at all. When you haste, shield 10, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't stand any chance of losing. I don't even think about this fight in terms of like it being a difficult fight. It feels like a walkover whenever you see it always.
Well, anyway, I've got to get back to work. You seem like
We've got the wrench. Well, it can upgrade itself on my board for a little while, I guess. Small item, heal and regen, small weapons. Small items could be a loop. A loop is the start of an economy.
Never debase my wares by.
Or it could be literally nothing, not even a weapon. Try re-rolling. That is a god-awful store. 6 rolls, 0 weapons, no loop. Rough.
Neither wealthy nor wise.
Medium and large it is. Because I just need to find something, and a crook is something. A cash register is something. Putting all my gold on bootstraps in the early game sounds absolutely insane. This is just an immediate reroll. None of this is useful. I can upgrade flail, and I can get a regal blade. Man, that's terrible. I almost feel like I'm better off holding my money and trying to transition into something else. This is so bad, but I'm also probably not winning the fight if I don't do anything. Like, the regal blade's not exactly good, even if I sell both of these. Which is gonna cost me 2 gold immediately upon day transition when this doesn't upgrade. I'm gonna take the flail. If it's the difference maker for a win, it's worth it. Regal blade is a trap. I'm not doing it, not touching that. And I'm probably going to proceed to lose this Vanessa because I just have nothing going on. I basically didn't improve my board for an entire day and didn't find anything to meaningfully spend gold on either. I think I more or less spent 6 gold on rerolls and got nothing. That's what today was. That was awful.
It makes this more fun.
All right, we have... What is this build? Is it just Hasting Catapult? Or Trebuchet, rather? I don't know. Javelin does look pretty scary with unlimited ammo. That's fair. I have a lot more health than him, however. And the longbow is just going to put him down. I'm entirely on the back of Arm Dealer at this point. My build does nothing. I'm just all in on scaling with Arms Dealer, and it's the only reason we're functional. But, I mean, it's a very strong thing. There's a reason I immediately grabbed it out of the skills you saw at the start.
I can already see.
Chocolate bars are gumballs, piggles, chocolate bars, and up. Why even give me a choice if they're all variations of the same thing? Also, like, unironically, you move piggles from the game. I don't know what they're supposed to be. They're just, like, wasted item slots that don't make any sense to me. And every time I see this during level up, it makes me fucking so sad. Oh, I just cannot handle it. I also feel like Chocolate Connoisseur and Pig Out don't both need to exist. I'm gonna take Pig Out because it's better if I find a loop. They're pretty much the same deal. Small and medium. Small and medium it is. Please God, give me a loop, give me a crook, give me something. Toss and scale is the play after all. We're not keeping that on the board. That's never happening. Kukri is health scaling for 2, very tiny amount of damage. I've got some gold in the bank, but not a ton. I can toss this and start scaling a different coin. Now that I see I have that much money, it's probably worth scaling with the Kukri. Oh my God, we did it. Unfortunately, it means the wrench will not be on the board at the start of the next day, but I could not care less. We have a crook. And holy shit, are the damage numbers better now.
Huge things.
The safe is break even. The pinata is not. Well, actually, the safe is slightly worth it because it has no sell value. And I don't have the loop to make it positive. So I'm just going to move on from here. I don't like not buying safe pinata, but no loop, no options. Health, toughness, and shield items. I think I'm just taking a free tool, man. I want to save my gold to either make the crook build better, or to buy weapons and sell them, or to start transitioning. Going to those shops doesn't feel right. Which gumball is the best gumball? Probably the damage gumball. And I will take the hatchet and immediately sell the hatchet. We probably need Mod Squad. I'm gonna check if Printing Duelist has anything useful for me. He is a level 5. Actually, Printing Duelist is a pretty good skill called All Talk. If I get specifically that, it'll give all my weapons plus 25 damage while I have more than half health, which is cool. The rest of his stuff is garbage for me. Mod Squad will be worth just 2 gold more and 1 experience more directly, and I'm confident that I can take it, so I'm gonna fight Mod Squad rather than gambling on a skill that's not even like that powerful. Yeah, I'm still up 700, 800 health on this guy. The crook means my build's gone from like actual trash to very, very viable. Yeah, that's just solid. We're okay. We have more time to transition. Previously, I was like, we have to get out right now. We're not doing anything. But this buys us a good chunk of time. And if we can get a crypto, that'll be great, because we'll eventually need 1920 gold. Thank you.
You'll win, but not against me.
What is the crypto at? Nothing. Large items could be a pawn shop. We need to get one scaling and get it scaling soon. A weapon is unlikely to be great. If it's a crook or a longbow, it would do a lot for us, but anything else we wouldn't really care. So we're gonna roll just to look for a pawn shop, I think.
Little sentients love shops. So
would I be willing to take stuff like this just for the possibility of selling it? This has to multiply multiple times. I don't have a balcony. Money tree, I'm leveling up relatively soon, but I don't have a balcony, so it's not useful. None of that's good for me. 16, huh? I'm not greedy enough to say no to that. That's really good. I'm also going to sell the upgraded coin, and I'm going to start upgrading my worst gumball. So we have 40 gold. This will eventually generate positive money, but it's going to take a while for it to do that. So no thank you. It's going to roll. We've got a lemonade stand. That's in our game plan. Unfortunately, we have to sell something that triggers lemonade stand to buy it, but it's fine. Lemonade stand will give us 10 max health every time we sell a small item, and that's basically all we're doing right now.
it pleases you.
Is there any way we would justify spending money on shipment? It triggers lemonade stand several times. It can trigger arms dealer. I'm gonna sell. I only need to sell right now if I'm buying shipment. Shipment is at worst going to cost me 9 gold. It's not gonna make my current board better. There's no small items that are going to benefit my final build, it feels like. I'm going to sit on this and go. I don't need to buy right now. All right, with a high chance of upgrades means I want to sell any garbage in my inventory that can be upgraded, like the wrench. What are the alternatives? I level up regardless of what I do. So gumballs are worth 10 max HP each. Upgrades could be absolutely incredible with the Crook. I'm going to go to B1 and B2. If I hit exactly Crook, it's insane.
Pride in our restorations.
That's not it, but I'll take both anyway for temporary strength. I imagine it's going to double again to 180. Jesus Christ. Not quite, but still very good. Going to take the dog upgrade as well, just because I'm stuck with him and it triggers Arms Dealer.
Now that's quality.
And we have value gain, spare change, and upgrade spare change. We don't have any spare change left, unfortunately. I'm gonna get 2 spare change and upgrade my spare change. To do that, I have to toss some of these. Oh, I actually do have 1 spare change left. Cool. Take these. And now the only question is, do I think I need to sell before the fight? Selling gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. It can give me 30 damage on the dog and 50 health on the character. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to. Just in case. I've played so much more since the patch went live, and I audibly gasped when I sold the wrench. This was my first game after the patch, and I didn't realize the wrench worked from inventory yet. Oh my god, it's only targeting Crook. It was the best wrench of all time. This run was already goated. It was already a really good run, but it could have been so much better if I just weren't a dipshit. Although I guess it was just changed with the patch, but still, oh, that hurts to watch. And with all of this sold, we're looking at 2,600 health, 160 on the dog. I feel very strong for this point in time. Like, there's nothing I'm really afraid of, because normally the only thing I'm afraid of at this point in time is, like, what if somebody found, like, specifically already has an infinite knife, right? They're a crow's nest at gold or higher with flashy reload and fully online.
Not to squabble with nobody.
Haste your aquatic items immediately is pretty scary, but he appears to be hasting to the end of Diamond Piranha. So how's the Jabalian Longbow doing to this? Yeah, I think we've got him. I think we're fine. It's an interesting build that we're like, he's obviously comboing together, looking for knives and trying to just do the best he can in the meantime, but it's nowhere near good enough.
Another round.
That's part of what makes the property pick so strong, is the things you're doing to try to transition to property is just making money, just something that's generically useful. Silver skills and bronze tier junk items. Bronze tier junk items tend to be very cheap weapons, and I have tons of gold to waste. So we're probably gonna buy this man out.
Just a matter of fact.
That's not very expensive for a weapon. The rest of this, I'll take regen for 2.
There 20 years. Waiting for you.
Not knee brace. Chocolate bar is a bit much as well. I was hoping for more weapons. I'm gonna roll. Do I want chocolate bar? It's 2 gold for 20 max health. I think the gold has more value to me than the max health does. That's more the small weapons I was looking for.
Reuse everything.
When you sell this, your weapons gain 3 damage. I think I do care about that. And it is scaling in other forms, so I'm probably gonna buy that and the boots. But first, let's toss all of this. Oh, I should have sold weapons first. Wait, no, that's not relevant. There's a skill where you get damage on weapons. It's basically like the skill version of dog, where it applies to a random weapon, but I don't have that. It's always going on dog. Well, I guess I'm buying the boots. I was gonna say I don't care about the crit chance on boots, but it looks like I don't get a say in the matter. We're up to 2,800 health. Dog's doing better. Non-weapon items. Non-weapon items gives me a shot at several important economy pieces, as well as just, you know, the pawn shop itself. Well, there goes all of our bank space, unfortunately. And I'm still going to roll. Yep. Fixer-upper is irrelevant to me. None of that's going to do anything. We're going to put this here to start scaling the pawn shop instead of the wings, because we want this pawn shop as big as physically possible. We're probably going to have to give up on the limited stand at the end of the day, but for now, we can keep it. Enclave Weeper, Trash Golem, and Zookeeper. I think Zookeeper had something I cared about. Let me check out all of these guys real quick. We're done looking. I was right. Zookeeper has a Crook. These other two are like poison builds that have nothing I'll ever care about. Zookeeper giving me the Crook would add another 100 damage to every item I have. So yeah, we go here every time. The rest of this is basically useless to me, but the chance at that Crook is too valuable. We're feeling pretty strong with the bow upgrade, I'm not gonna lie. Also, because we've been scaling with lemonade stands,
Jabalians are pacifists.
you're not even a weapon, you're just a friend. He's too nice. At this point, I have no choice but to sell lemonade stand or not take items, and lemonade stand's been great, but it's time to go. Weapons are great, but not really my end game here. It's day 6. I think gold is showing up currently, so I could get skyscraper, but I'm nowhere near ready to use one. It would just be a trap to buy it. Do I work at the docks to earn some coin and see the new event? Take a tool, try to get a crook? You can get me a loop. I want to see the new docks. I'm pretty sure they updated the patch notes and it says item now, and you should just say you don't get a skill, which made it much more awful looking. But yeah, I'm going to take the tool for loop and for... It doesn't give you a tool from your own class. This is cross-class, though. So that's actually still interesting. It is unfortunately not a weapon, it's just a tool, despite the fact this is very clearly going to get used as a weapon. Heal and regen, chocolate bars, and gold. All right, time to sort out the inventory. The salamander pup never stays, the blowtorch never stays. Are we able to get 5 inventory spots, or are we just going to have to accept that we're wasting 2 chocolate bars on this event? Our alternatives are heal and regen items, which we have literally no use for, and gain 3 gold when we're already incredibly rich. Like, we're sitting on a 22 gold rewards card at 29 gold. The issue is that all of my weapons represent a very substantial portion of my damage. None of them are weak, they're all roughly valuable at the same level. Well, obviously, Crook and Bow are the best of the lot. But Atlatl still quite good. Dog is scaled up a lot. Flail is hitting for about the same as Dog. I don't think I want to sell anything, which means I'm going to very sadly take the low quality chocolate bars. Get spare change, upgrade spare change. That's just 2. Gain max health. Going to sell these. And if I put this on the board, it gives me a little bit more max health for this click, but I think I might just rather 4 gold. 4 gold's so minor. I'm gonna take the pawn shop on the board. And now this gives us 329. And then we take the pawn shop back off. And I feel like we crush most dualies. They can absolutely scale up and deal with us. I was supposed to transition to property at some point, but I just haven't been finding like the things I need to transition. Which is to say, I've only found pawn shop. I haven't really seen many opportunities for other things. This is purely shield scaling. I think I just kill it immediately. Like, this bow hits very hard. I will say, Brick Buddy's scaling up very fast. However, as I said, I think this bow just kills him. If it had gone to fatigue somehow, I think I would have lost for sure. But it did not get close. We have additional XP, shield skills, large items. If we're transitioning, like the issue is I really want to find a balcony, a phonograph, a bunch of different pieces of this. I want more medium items that I've seen, I just haven't had the chance. However, this can also give me the upgraded pawn shop, which allows it to scale much, much, much faster. None of this is relevant to my interest. I have to briefly double check, like what exactly does the fort do though? There are a lot of properties where I don't really need to use them because there were much better alternatives in the past. That's exactly what I was saying was gonna make it worth it. Yep, we take the upgraded pawn shop. And I think that makes this on the whole a pretty good store. Medium items is exactly what I've been whining about not getting enough of. Even if we miss, we're getting stuff on our board for temporary value.
I want what's right.
Or this. Or this. Let's re-roll that. Wow. That's still pretty terrible. I'm gonna toss all the coins. Because even though it's not something I'm thrilled about, I will absolutely buy both of these. Like, I want to loop so badly for this. It makes it so profitable. But instead, I'll just do it at loss.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
The pinata hurts. The 8 gold pinata is a lot more painful than the 5 gold pinata. And textiles just isn't worth it with my current economy. We go Cosmic Rock, I think. Let me check out what Shock Trooper has. None of these really have anything I'm gonna care about. I'm gonna go Cosmic Rock for the CDR feather, but I don't have room for it, so it's pointless. I'm gonna go Shock Trooper because I believe in myself and I think we'll kill him with these. Like, I know he's a scaling burn build, but I can't imagine he kills me before the bow goes off twice, which means he gets crushed. Maybe with a smaller, weaker build it would matter, but... Well, you know, that gun is scaling up pretty damn hard, holy shit. I still think I get the bow off twice before he kills me, because I just have 3,000 health. But man, that is a lot of damage on the bow. Or on his gun, rather. I would not have lived through the third hit. He scales up pretty fast, doesn't he? Most characters could view that as you have 16 seconds to live.
Maybe too nice.
I can't imagine having a use for Induction Aegis. It's just going to be gold. Small and large. How much value is my pawn shop of that? It's not nearly enough. I still desperately need medium. I have to find balcony. I have to find the ability to get this pawn shop doubled. Small and large still gives me a shot at loop. It still gives me a shot at pawn shop. Would I even want a golden pawn shop? Yes, of course I would. It's the whole build. And it gives me the option to do something. The other ones don't. I buy and sell slingshot for weapons dealer scaling and pawn shop scaling. The rest of this is just much too expensive. And I'll do the same with both of those items, but not a lot going on here.
Profit is profit, according to the GS.
I should remember though that I have basically unlimited money because I have this rewards card that is worth so much right now. Properties gain 3 value, get 2 loot items, 4 because I have a friend. Your leftmost item gains 3 value. So I was just thinking in my head when I was making that sell, I don't really need this insect wing. In the past, in the skyscraper wars, you need this insect wing. Right now though, I kind of just want the value it gives to this board. I'm planning on tanking through to get the skyscraper off, so I don't need that for the late game, which gives me room for the full 4 items. And I don't think any of the value gain here, like 3 values, just not a lot. The pawn shop scales that add up pretty much every time I buy an item. This is not worth a level up for. In fact, it gets more than that from the friends. So yeah, we do scavenger hunt. We hit anything of relevance. We hit a regen and more CDR. So yeah, we hit a lot of good things actually. That's probably above average. The scrap is never gonna have a use. Andy can give us a loop. For God's sake, somebody give me a loop. And it gives us 6 resells, which helps the dog, nothing else. I'm willing to spend 2 on a resell, 4 for the kukri is a bit much.
Excellent choice.
Oh my god, it's golden loop. We're all for the fucking races.
Diamonds come in small boxes.
I wasn't even thinking about getting a golden one. I was never that optimistic. Plus 2 to sell value on everything. Sign me up. Our economy is just fully insured now. I'm gonna toss everything immediately. And with 4,000 health and this much damage, I don't see how Vanessas are killing me on day 7, because the infinite build that this ghost might have doesn't work. They can't be infinite. Like, even if there are infinite Vanessa builds now, which I think there still are, like at the very least, I immediately think like a 100% crit bandolier will do it. You just put that next to the knife and they trigger each other. But like,
You should know.
I think bandolier says to use. Does it say deal damage? I don't actually know. But the point is, like, if this is an infinite build, it doesn't work anymore. Also, what the fuck is this? Are you just that guy I saw earlier that was trying to tank up? I don't know what his build does. I'm not seeing the part where it scales. It just looks like a pile of shit. Where's the part that wins? I genuinely don't oh, he's dealing poison and he's moderately durable. That's the whole plan. I will admit, he's lived a lot longer than I thought he would. Like, this coral is very good. However, the longbow is slowly getting through it. And by the way, I still have 4,000 health. The poison just cannot possibly kill me before Sandstorm determines this. I will say though, it's pretty impressive how durable he is. I thought I would just kill him, but he does have something scaling so slowly I don't see it. Here we go, he's gaining shield from something. What is he gaining shield from?
Next time, boys. Less
the turtle
plunder,
shell.
more
It's just a
plunder.
very slow scaling. It wasn't initially noticeable to me. I was talking a lot of shit for someone who actually ended up having a close fight.
On the prize, huh?
To be fair, I don't have any idea what turtle shell does, and I should have read that card more. Yeah, to be fair, I'm an idiot and didn't read the card. Good self-defense. Small and medium items every time. We need some very important medium pieces for our final build.
Don't care.
I mean, I said I'm gonna show off Property Big, but also I might just show off the tempo build you start off with in Property Big and go 10 wins with the Crook. That wasn't the plan. It's what's happening though. Like, if I just get steamrolled 4 games in a row somehow and die, we might end up transitioning, but right now, it looks like we're never going to need to.
He actually cares about this.
We've only got 1 skill, but God, is it good. The close sign would be good if I were actually putting this on my board, right?
I guess.
It's at 92 value. That would give it 92 regen, which is a lot, but it would leave me with no board space. I'm not able to transition yet. Would I ever transition with just close sign now that item destruction doesn't affect it? No, this would be the last piece I pick up, not the first. I can't pick it up as my first one. JJ can give me anything. Bronze tier junk items just gives me guaranteed good scaling. What am I looking for off JJ? You know, balcony. Balcony, stained glass window, really just those two. Really, I just need balcony. Balcony's the thing I have to find. Curio's better for scaling, but I don't even really care. I can still scale at JJ.
Place, right?
And I'll take all of this at loss as my economy is so strong now. Well, some of it's at loss, like the matchbox, for instance, is not.
I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
I could hold this for a little while. The business card at least might be a bit more valuable, but it's very likely I have to sell it at loss. And yeah, nothing here from JJ.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Cosmic Rock again, Burninator Bot. I'll check out Infernal Frigate and Burninator Bot real quick just to see if they have anything. Oh, the Mobile Linux thing is not entirely up to date. Burninator Bot is not on it. Infernal Frigate seems like both of these are just burn guys. I'm gonna fight the one for more experience, for more gold. I don't feel like I'm gonna lose to either. I don't feel like either will have anything I care about. And with the Diamond Bow, I feel incredibly strong in all the NPC fights. Pylon, it's a property. It's not a good one. Oh, he's a flamethrower scaler. That's actually pretty scary. Thankfully, he's not living through the second bow shot, because I do not want to see this number get much higher. But yeah, Crook plus Jabalian Longbow is the backbone of so many early game builds. And at this point, it's just a late game build. We're on day 8, steamrolling through everyone. We never actually got the transition point.
You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Leftmost item, leftmost weapon. I mean, the max health is nice. It's my end game plan. But I've gotta take the Crook upgrade, man. It's currently plus 10 damage to everything. Now it's plus... now it's doubled that. It's going from 50 to 100. It's just so much better. I will definitely take medium items. I don't care about diamond tier. There are just specific medium items that I need.
What can I get
Not
you?
these, unfortunately. I'm gonna toss the business card now just to make room, because I have immediate juggling to do with the safe.
Just toss
I'll be back with you once I've juggled his
and then try to
entire
chill.
inventory. All right, and on the new shop, we have boots that are worth
If
buying.
it's not right for you, bring it back.
Spending 8
I
for
want you to
plus
be
3 income is probably fine with the amount of gold I have. Yeah, that rewards card is ridiculous. But I'm not gonna spend 8 just for the scaling.
enjoy that.
I wonder why it went there. Anyway, we're gonna leave without buying that last bit. Gumballs. I mean, gumballs are pretty good for pawn shop scaling in loop, so yeah, I'll be back with you once I've bought and sold all 10 of these gumballs. The effects of the gumballs don't matter. The real reason I'm doing this is for plus 20 value to my pawn shop and plus 10 gold to myself. Also, the server does not like it. The server is under a lot of stress right now. All right, it's been an ordeal. I've restarted my game. We're back in it. I've sold all my gumballs. The dog is getting pretty ferocious. We're at 4,800 hit points. We're gonna be going up to 8 wins, I feel like. We feel incredibly strong, and the thing I used to fear from Vanessa's isn't going to be here. So what does this Vanessa have in store for us? Oh, that's unfortunate for you. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier in the video. That knife's going to crit. It's not going to go off when it crits, though. Also, even had it went off all at once, it didn't matter. Like, they actually did empty their full knife and repeater. It just didn't matter. They didn't deal much with it, which is a big advantage of these sort of pig builds with Arms Dealer. And same thing later on with the pawn shop transition, which will always be that as opposed to the RNG that was the Arms Dealer pickup. But regardless, getting this early has been the whole build. This Crook build has largely been done on the back of Arms Dealer. Anyway, time to juggle the entire inventory of Curio,
Howdy, hero.
which is going to take a second, and I'm not convinced any of it matters, but I will make sure to put any speed ups on the bow. Anyway, I'll be back with you in a little while, because I don't feel you need to watch me buy everything this man has.
Trash is tragedy.
All right, and
Trash,
finally, we've sold the entirety of Curio stock back to him at substantial profit and scaling benefits. We can go to weapons. That can get us a Space Scraper. And we're at a point where the pawn shop has enough value to trigger Space Scraper itself, and I kind of just want to see what Space Scraper does before I win the run by accident.
Weapons crave.
Ooh, the Lion's Cane's pretty good. 10% of my health is 500, although that does appear to be, like, on par with my worst weapons right now. Yeah, it's only a little bit better than Flail. It is better than Flail, I can't take that away from it. I've got the money for the upgrade, like, I'm able to. Okay, I'll go ahead and replace the Flail. Just because, like, I can take the upgrade, I have so much money that I'd be willing to buy and sell the Lion Cane
Enjoy
anyway.
the thrill of battle.
I may as well just hold on to the Lion Cane and sell the flail instead. And that is a lot of money.
I fight alongside you.
It's so nice if you ever get a golden loop and you just like go to stores, and even if you're incredibly frivolous, you walk out with basically the same money you started
Come
with.
back and tell me.
None of this is relevant to me. Oasis Guardians have had poison build, Ferris Khan's a sniper rifle build. Enclave Revenant is also irrelevant. So as always, then I just go with the highest gold and highest experience. Any relevant skills? Not even a little bit. The best thing he has is just going to be the most valuable thing he has, so the Diamond Ouroboros statue, I suppose. And yeah, I deal some pretty solid damage, it seems. I should put the bow all the way at the right in case I ever find myself in a situation where the bow is triggering simultaneously with other things. They trigger left to right, and that could mean that I deal damage putting myself above health for the bow. 10% max health is a lot better when you can change what your max health is from 6,000 to a 9,000. The pawn shop's at least doing something. It's not doing a ton, but it's doing something. It's also just like a massive bank. I can sell it for a lot of gold, you know? Small and medium is another step towards my eventual in-game build, provided we don't just win on this, which is looking progressively more likely. The beehive sells at a loss of 2, so I'm fine with it.
Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually
It's very hard for me to buy the globe because I'll have to sell the globe to hold anything else, resulting in me not buying what's in the second part of the store, so it's actually just a trap. Oh! Oh my! Hello, Caltrops. We also have Yo-Yo at Lattle with Gold Crook. There's a lot going on here, hold up. Also, there's a Diamond Whetstone if anyone wanted to be hype about that. I've never seen one before, apparently it does 30 every 3. So Caltrops would be getting plus 100 damage anytime my opponent does anything, and I clearly win the Battle of Attrition. If I enchanted them with poison, they would just immediately give my whole board 100% crit. The Yo-Yo sounds cool, but with 7.21, I don't have anything else to put in that slot is also part of the problem. This is 200 every second. It's the highest DPS on my board. The dog is the lowest. I'm gonna toss dog. He's been great, but Caltrops is better.
I guess I made a sale.
And I'll also resell this just for scaling.
Me something huge.
Oh, the dog went in the front. Right, I'm supposed to keep everything I care about on the left side. I was talking about this earlier and I just didn't do it. And we'll be on our way. Another store, another missing balcony. If we see a skyscraper, I mean, it'd just be cool to see one to know how it changed.
This is talking fast.
None of that's relevant to me at all. We're gonna get through this run without even having seen the item I wanted to look at. This was supposed to be Property Pig. We're not supposed to win with a perfect Crook build. This is not the plan. We can absolutely still just lose to a skyscraper though. Yeah, you have a skyscraper. It deals 391 times 2. It deals double damage equal to 3 times the value of your items. Multicast 2. This is Diamond. It used to be 4 or 5. 2.8 at half means its base time is probably 6 seconds up from 4. That's still completely usable. The damage scaling is much more reasonable. Like you have to actually invest in scaling it now. So that seems like it's living in a much more balanced place. But that just means it's living in a place that requires you to have a pawn shop. And that's already my favorite card in the game, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's toss all this. We're gonna go see Andy and just keep scaling the pawn shop. That's all we're doing. We're also technically scaling our health a little bit, but not much.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly
Abacus is too expensive even for me. I know of Mr. Moneybags, but that's asking a lot for very, very little. I will buy all of this though.
Buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
And I think I hold the membership card trying to get it to the next shop, but I don't know that it'll work. Oh, it will. Having just seen the state of a diamond skyscraper, would I even want that? I mean, we'll go to Ayla, just because she is the shop that is available to us, and we'll cycle everything she has. I don't know I'll be cycling that, though.
I prefer action.
I'll hold the business card if I can. Yo-Yo really wants to be a part of the build, doesn't it?
Well, you can.
Take
Use
this. And I don't think those other two are worth cycling. And we'll be on our way. Upgrade your leftmost item. I could do the pawn shop, but that's stupid. We're going to upgrade the Crook and win on Crook. This is actually not a video about Property Pick at all. It was all a prank. If we go Void Golem when he hits the Crook, we lose. So let's not do that. I'll go Trash Hide and it's just the most gold otherwise. But yeah, this is why, or at least part of why, Property Pig was so strong in the previous meta, is Tempo Pig builds can just go 10-0 without ever transitioning out. You have a very powerful early game strats that don't require a ton of commitment that you can use to get some early wins and get yourself to the late game strat. And like, I guess if the late game strat never shows up, you can just win on this, apparently. It wasn't the plan, but it's what we're doing. I mean, there's no tools I need anymore. I've got the loop, I've got the crook. So I'll be back with you when I'm done selling all of these gumballs. Which, for the sake of sanity, fine, I'll do it 2 at a time. It's objectively wrong to get rid of the membership card now. I'll just do it slightly slower. It's awful. All right, we have large items, Bazaar Con. We'll go large items. We're really just looking for the pawn shop. None of that. None of this. We'll toss these. I can't imagine I need to sell the business card to win this. I feel like this is just an incredibly easy 10-0. Even if this guy did have a working infinite combo, he would die to my Caltrops before I died in a lot of builds. But regardless, he doesn't have a working infinite combo. He's about to get fucking rolled.
But if you insist.
Oh wait, is he actually a fair poison build? Look at that. He has a lot of individual jellyfish. That's very unusual. But I think he's just going to die way before this scales up enough, right? Because those Caltrops did a little bit of work.
Put it toward nobler use.
Well, hey, that means it's not another back-to-back Property Pig video, and we're just showing off the value of Tempo Pig. But man, I thought I was recording a Property Pig video because it's so easy to force, but you know, sometimes your tempo build just gets off the ground too hard, and you can't justify switching out because you never even found 3/4 of the other build. I had plenty of time to. If this had gone on for like 6 more days, I could have switched over for that fully scaled pawn shop. We just didn't need it. I had like 200, 300 gold of value in the stash. What an incredibly strong run. This is really just a lesson about why you need to play Arms Dealer. Why it's so important that you're constantly scaling economy with Pig, because pretty much everything strong he does feeds into the just vendor juggling thing I've been doing all run with this. I don't know what percentage of my health came from pawn shops being juggled on percent health upgrades, what percentage came from Arms Dealer, but it's gotta be over half, right? I'm sure somebody knows what the base health of a level whatever this was. I'm guessing this might be it, 11, level 11 Pig. It's probably not 8,000. What an incredibly strong run. Anyway, I'm gonna be playing Property Pig for the rest of tonight. Hopefully I actually get to see how the build does at some point, but if I just keep steamrolling before I transition into it, that'll still be pretty funny. Anyways, that'll be all for now. I've been Rather Coherent, thank you for watching. If you did watch this far, please do like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow. And a massive shout out to my patrons on Patreon and my channel members on YouTube for their ongoing support. I'll see you all in the next one.